Hi everyone, this is Mig from Sneaks and Ball PH and welcome to episode 10 of the Air Jordan Hunt. Today we have a quick look and unboxing on the Air Jordan 8 Bugs Bunny. The Air Jordan 8 in terms of popularity is pretty middle of the road because it isn't as popular as the Air Jordans that came before it. Well, except for the Air Jordan 2, but that's pretty much the exception to everything in this. But it definitely is a lot more popular than the shoe that came after, the Air Jordan 9. However, in my opinion, the Air Jordan 8s are actually the best pre-first retirement Jordan signature shoes that you can use for basketball because, you know, it does have a lot of really good performance features. The Air Jordan 8 is just like its predecessor, the Air Jordan 7, in terms of not having that many colorways, but the Air Jordan 8 does have the iconic aqua colorway and of course this one, the Bugs Bunny colorway. This is called the Bugs Bunny colorway because this is the one that he originally wore to Space Jam. This is definitely one of the most popular Air Jordan 8 colorways, not just because of its, you know, linked to Space Jam and Bugs Bunny, but because this is one of the OG colorways of the Air Jordan 8. Michael Jordan not only used the Air Jordan 8 in Space Jam, but he also used it for the duration of the 1992 to 1993 season. Michael Jordan pretty much just killed it yet again during the 1992 to 1993 season, which is why it actually came at a really big shock that he retired shortly after. But for that season, Michael Jordan led the league in scoring again, which, you know, he did 7 straight times. Like, that's just bananas, like leading the NBA in scoring 7 straight times. Then of course he also made the All-Star team. He made first team All-Defense because he also led the league in steals. He was first team All-NBA and he won his 3rd NBA championship. In the 93 finals, he went against NBA MVP Charles Barkley and pretty much smoked the Phoenix Suns by averaging more than 40 points per game throughout the series. So Michael Jordan is just simply a beast. So with that out of the way, let's get into the unboxing. So the Air Jordan 8 comes in this pretty standard Jordan box. So it's pretty much black all the way around. You have this giant white Jumpman here on the top. Then here on the side, you have a black Jumpman, which, you know, you really can't see that well. And then you also have your colorway and sizing information here on the other side. Then here on the back, you have some text that reads Premium Crafted Performance, inspired by the greatest ever. So I really do find this very, very cool because, you know, MJ the GOAT. Then now, time to take a look at the shoes. So you do have that standard lid style, and then opening it up, this pair actually doesn't have any paper because I did buy this from the resale market and this shoe did release way back in 2013, so, you know, not really expecting everything to be there, like all of the paper, but it was pretty well kept as I can see now. So here you have it. This is the Air Jordan 8 Bugs Bunny. So just taking both shoes out of the box, here you have your right shoe. Still very nice, very well kept. And then just putting this aside, then you also have your left shoe. It's really well maintained, like kudos, kudos. Then just closing up the lid of the box, getting the shoe. So here you have it. This is the Air Jordan 8 Bugs Bunny. So for the tech specs on the Air Jordan 8, for the outsole, it's pretty much the same as the Air Jordan 7. You have those sort of hole patterns that kind of looks like cheese. Although here on the Air Jordan 8, it is pretty cored out here along the middle, a little bit here on the forefoot, and really cored out here on the heel. This, I think, helps reduce the weight a little bit, but as you can see with the other parts of the shoe, they did add some weight, so it kind of doesn't feel that much lighter compared to the Air Jordan 7. Then for the cushion, the Air Jordan 8 has a full-length polyurethane midsole, and it does have encapsulated air units in the forefoot and in the heel. From just an initial try-on, it definitely doesn't feel as comfortable as the Air Jordan 7, and feels more in line with the Air Jordan 6 and the Air Jordan 5. This is actually kind of disappointing because the Air Jordan 7s actually felt pretty good. So I thought that, you know, the Air Jordan 8 would be an improvement. However, it's actually the opposite. The cushion kind of took a step back. Then on the upper of the shoe, it's predominantly leather. So you have leather here on the toe. You have leather here on, you know, those cross straps. You have this perforated leather here on the midfoot, and then you have that same perforated leather here on the ankle collar. Then for the other materials, you do have suede here on the eyelets, and then you also have it here on the ankle collar part as well as the heel. Then you also have plastic here on the strap as well as here on the heel cup. Then you also have this really nice neoprene inner sleeve that also includes the tongue. Then lastly, you have a little bit of fuzzy material here on the tongue, which is very signature of the Air Jordan 8. Then for fitment sizing, I did go true to size and it fit me perfectly. The cross straps on the Air Jordan 8 are sometimes the reason why people don't like this aesthetically, but boy do they work. So with the Air Jordan 8 and its cross straps, it actually really locks you in very well, and you also have that neoprene inner sleeve. With these two things, I actually feel like this is the best fitting Air Jordan out of the early Air Jordans, and I don't think it's even close. It just really hugs your foot very well and it gives you a really nice one-to-one fit. Then for the aesthetic details of the shoe, on the outsole you do have a Jumpman here on the forefoot part, and then here on the midfoot and heel you do have this sort of abstract painting sort of pattern, which you can also find on the heel clip. Then on the midsole you do have gray here on the forefoot and the heel, and then you have red on the midfoot. Then on the upper you do have these cross straps, and on the top strap you do have the number 23. You also have red on the plastic piece of the strap. Then for the Velcro part itself, it is in black, and then you have Air Jordan written on it. Then on the tongue you do have red, light gray, and dark gray fuzzy patches surrounding this Jumpman. This Jumpman is in this sort of grayish blue and is stitched onto the tongue. And then you also have a Jumpman here on the insole. Then for the overall aesthetics, in my own personal opinion, I really like the Air Jordan 8s. I know a lot of people won't agree with me, but I actually like the aesthetic of the Air Jordan 8s even better than the Air Jordan 6 and Air Jordan 7. I know a lot of people are put off by these massive straps, but in my opinion, they actually give the shoe a little bit more flavor, and it actually has a very functional purpose, which I definitely appreciate. I also really like the fuzzy tongue because it's just something very 90s, very quirky, and definitely something super iconic for the Air Jordan 8. I also really like this colorway. I actually prefer this over the aqua because I just like how all of it comes together with the white, as well as that little bit of pattern here on the heel clip. Although this isn't the easiest shoe to pull off, I think with the right outfit and with the right styling, you could definitely pull it off and look pretty fire. Then for the price, the Air Jordan 8 released for 9,895 pesos or $200 US. It is quite expensive. It's actually like $10 more than your usual Air Jordan Retros. But in my opinion, especially since I really like the shoe, it's pretty worth it. It's still very much a playable Air Jordan shoe. The cushion isn't as good as I would have wanted it to be, but you really have that very nice fit, as well as those very nice materials. So this shoe did release way back in 2013, so I was able to grab my pair over at the Facebook Marketplace, so essentially the resale market. I was able to grab my pair from Miss Ruby Solomon, so thank you to Miss Ruby. And I got it actually pretty cheap. I got it for 7,000 pesos, and she really did keep them in very good condition, as you can see. So if you want to grab a pair of Air Jordan 8s, you just have to be, very diligent in searching for the best buy, because there are a lot of pairs that have good prices that are still very well maintained, like this one. So there you have it. That was episode 10 of the Air Jordan Hunt, featuring the Air Jordan 8 Bugs Bunny. So if you liked the video, please make sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Then if you have any comments, questions, or any suggestions for any future videos, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below as well. Then if you haven't already yet, please make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. It would help us out a lot. Here's Sneaks and Ball, PH.